This video contains content sponsored by John Wilson Blades and MK Blades. Opinions discussed in this video do not reflect the views of John Wilson or MK.
So, look very crisp, very clean.
I just wanted to take it kind of easy this morning. We don't start the competition until Saturday. And being the elder statesman, I'm not trying to break anything before the competition. But I feel good. Just trying to get warmed up, get used to the arena. I feel like I'm in a good atmosphere. Raphael was happy, so I'm ready to get going and get the competition started.
Now, of course, on the conference call, you were very confident, kind of nonchalant about changing your program.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you're here and it's kind of upon you, I mean, what are your concerns and what are your thoughts, heading out here? Kind of a brand new program.
I don't really have any concerns. Honestly, I'm really excited to go out and perform it. I always like to do something like, I always have a panic attack like mid-season, and one year I was gonna change the music and I didn't, and then last year I changed half of the music, and then this year I changed the whole thing. So I think I finally completed that trifecta of panic attacks. But I really love this program. I've wanted to use it, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll use it for next season, but I thought about it. I talked with some really close friends, and I was like, you know what, if I have a good idea, you never know what can happen. I have to use it now, and if I use it, maybe I'll get an even better idea. So I wanted to kind of just seize the moment, use what I thought would be the better program, and just go for it.
Just one more thing on this video. What was it about the former program that you decided, okay, the hell with it?
I think it was that I always wanted to do the third program next year, and in a way, my head was already like, oh, but next year I'm going to do this special program. And I loved the Bloodstream one. There was nothing wrong with it. I loved it. I felt it. I think some of the criticism was that it just kind of plateaued. The music doesn't build. I spent a lot of time working with a composer to kind of build it, and I loved it. It's gorgeous music. But always in the back of my mind, I was like, I have this bird program, and it was like, this is my secret weapon, or whatever. This is what I really want to do. So I just kept thinking about this, and finally I just needed to be like, you know what, I need to be focused on what I'm doing right now. I need to do the best that I can do now. If I love it and I want to skate to it next year, I can always pull a Mulan and skate to it.
Hard to say, kind of like, okay, I'm not going to use this program, it's not right for me at the moment. But you invest a lot of time and probably some money.
Totally, but you know what? What you put in, you'll get out. And it's my career, and I don't have 10 more years. There's not 10 more years to be like, oh, I can always do this next time. So I feel like I can take those risks. I feel like I'm kind of like a professional competitor. When I go to these events, I know all the ins and outs of the arena, how the competition is going to go, what I'm going to feel. I've experienced all those emotions. So I know how to kind of deal with that pressure that I'm going to feel on myself, and that those expectations. I know it's within my realm of actually doing something, pulling off, changing a program a week and a half in between events. But I was smart about it. I kept the layout relatively the same. And I felt like I wouldn't lose anything from all that training and muscle memory that I had put in over the summer. So that it was all still there. It was just kind of rearranging things. And if at this point in my career I can't rearrange a few things in a week and a half, it's time to reconsider.
Well, you look much stronger earlier in the season than you usually have in the past. So how intentional is that, particularly?
It's intentional because these kids, let me tell you, they're trying a few things. But you know what? It's intentional. I'm not trying to perform a Biggest Loser throughout the season like I have before. So I'm trying to go out there, I'm trying to show that I'm in better shape because I want to add more into the programs. I want to do that, and I don't want to be playing a little bit of catch up, which I felt like in the seasons past. I felt like I was further along than I really was, so this year I really pushed myself to make sure that I really was further along. And these Grand Prix are incredibly important, but like my main focus is going into nationals.
It looks like each year you've gotten more into your programs and creating your own look on the ice. So how excited were you? You start by the boards, which is kind of a Nicole Bobek diva moment. So I guess how exciting is that for you?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. And I loved that they took away the rule that the guys don't have to have their shoulders covered. So I'm really excited about that because if anybody's more excited than being out there, it's my shoulders. So I just kind of, I like to push the limits a little bit, and I honestly, I was afraid to before, and now I just don't give a care.
What's the key move in the bird program? Is it after the triple axel when you do your pose? You look to be getting very into that today.
Yeah, I think it's after the, there's just a few movements that really speak to me as a human portraying a bird, and I was so lucky to work with Benji because there's just a few of them where they're so little, and I have one move where I go after my triple loop and the feathers on my head fold into each other, and it's just I love it. So I hope that it kind of speaks to everybody else.
One last question: where do you get your skating pants? There are a lot of questions about them, Adam.
Oh, Lululemon. Okay. I get them at Lululemon because they are the best fat-sucking pants that I could find. So anything to give me that Greek-like shape.